America has Superman, Batman and Spider-Man, but India has Padman. So, Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage and Padman is not really a superhero film, and yet it kind of is. It's a Hindi language comedic drama directed by Balki, and it tells the story of Lakshmikant Chauhan, played by Akshay Kumar. His character is based on the real-life social activist Arunachalam Muruganatham, and I'm really proud I could say that name without stuttering. Arunachalam Muruganatham is the inventor of a low-cost sanitary pad-making machine, which doesn't sound like a big thing, but in fact changed the lives of millions of women in India. He's known as the Menstrual Man, and there has been a documentary of the same name in 2013. There was also just a film based on his life just last year ago, titled Fulu. And now we got Padman, and to come directly to the conclusion, I had a wonderful time with this remarkable film. Of course it takes some freedoms to tell a cohesive, dramatic story, but overall I was surprised of how closely it depicts some key aspects of Muruganatham's life. When you put the achievements of this man into perspective, you could indeed call him a hero, a real-life superhero who made this world a little bit better, and some of you probably know by now that I'm a big sucker for stories like this. When you add the fact that he had to overcome huge odds and life continuously made things worse for him, you get something that I naturally gravitate towards. That's one of the reasons why I think Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 is still one of the very best superhero films, because there's almost no other where the hero has to endure just so much. But he keeps going because it's the right thing to do, and that's what makes a hero. Padman opens with a beautiful montage that features our first song and establishes Akshay Kumar's character Lakshmikant Chauhan, or simply Lakshmi, as a caring and kind husband to his new wife Gayatri, played by Radhika Apte. Lakshmi is a simple man with no formal education, but he is creative and has a knack for building stuff. The setting is rural India, and since Lakshmi only owns a bicycle which is really uncomfortable for his wife to ride along on, he comes up with an extra seat that's aligned sideways on the back of his bike. But now that he's living together with his wife, he shortly discovers that Gayatri is using a filthy rag during her menstrual cycle. His first instinct is to buy just a regular sanitary napkin, but those are made by multinational corporations and they're extremely expensive. So much so that most women in rural areas of India simply can't afford them. The real story of this man is really destined to end up as an enthralling story for a movie. It's very classic storytelling. There's a distinct goal that's defined by a lack of something. In this case, the lack of proper hygienic means to make sure that women can feel safe and also aren't excluded from the normal day-to-day life. In the course to achieve this goal, Lakshmi has to overcome small and big obstacles. He even loses friends and his home, but he won't give up. He's a great hero for this movie, and Akshay Kumar's performance is so warm and wonderful, and you instantly root for him to succeed. He has a giant heart, but it's not overplayed or too sentimental as it often appears to be in Indian movies. Balki, who co-wrote the screenplay with Swanand Kirkire, has found the right combination of drama and comedy, and the humor is as sweet and innocent as the movie's protagonist Lakshmi. Most of it stems from the unusual fact that a man cares this much for an issue that's firstly concerning just women. It's a topic that's very delicate, and there are still taboos to even address it. There's a lot of shame involved, and society has marked it as dirty, which is of course all a lot of bullshit, because menstruation is simply a normal body function and there's no need to shame half of Earth's population for it. It's an important social issue, and I applaud the filmmakers for picking it, and also for not just making a rather dull message movie, but for exploring it in an immensely entertaining way. This topic and the hero's struggle to come up with a solution is the dramatic core of the film, and it's both used for comedic moments as it is for the progression of the story with all its ups and downs. And there are many ups and downs. And while the constant rejections Lakshmi has to face can get a little bit redundant, it's also just very diverting to watch because of Akshay Kumar's great, sincere and simply joyful, optimistic performance. Lakshmi is trying to make a sanitary pad and he's even testing his creation on himself, using a fake bladder with animal blood, which is actually something the real Padman did. As it's often the case with Indian movies, there's an intermission and the second half is quite different from the first. This is often something that concerns me, because many times one half is significantly stronger than the other, and I also seldom enjoy it when a film feels too disjointed. Therefore I was very happy that the second half felt like a logical continuation of the story, even if there were some minor jumps and side characters that are only in the movie for some brief moments. One might also criticize that Lakshmi's encounter with Sonam Kapoor's character Pari is just very lucky, but I thought it was sweet because it felt like life or chance was once in Lakshmi's favor and it was so well deserved. And I also thought that both central female characters were well incorporated in the story. Gayatri, Lakshmi's wife, is maybe leaning towards a mere plot device for his journey, but Radhika Apte's portrayal is really moving, and while it's hard to endure that she can't support him the way he needs to, Padman succeeds in bringing her own struggle across as real and understandable. Sonam Kapoor's Pari in the second half is different, and she's also from another part of society. To see her and Lakshmi's relationship blossom, forming this strong friendship where his quest is finally going somewhere, it's a real joy. And what I really loved was the way the film incorporated the great contributions by women in the second half. Minor spoiler alert, but once Lakshmi has created a machine that can produce the pets, that's not the end, because he still has to overcome many prejudices and find a way to reach the ones in need. The montage in the last third, where the movie shows Lakshmi and Pari's journey through the country, bringing their invention into the small communities and seeing the local women help and blossom, really moved me to tears. Padman is a big crowd pleaser and it almost hit all the right marks with the right dose of humor, drama and of course good music and really catchy songs as well. The Padman song and Who Ba Who are already two of my favorites this year. The camera work and the editing could have been a little bit more creative and maybe playful. This is where the movie has a more rudimentary feel to it, but that's okay. In the end I was very moved and left the cinema with a positive, hopeful feeling. In German I'd say, Padman braucht sich nicht hinter Superman oder Batman zu verstecken, denn er ist ein Held, der unsere echte Welt ein bisschen besser gemacht hat und der Film setzt ihm ein tolles, durchweg unterhaltsames und inspirierendes Denkmal. I give Padman 8 out of 10. It's more like 8.2, but I don't do that. Alright, that's it. Like always, comment below and let me know what you think about Padman. And also let me know what are your most wanted upcoming Indian releases. You can hit me up on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram simply at TheJimmyCage. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, whatever you like. And make sure you hit that bell for life to tell. थोड़े बेसबर है, थोड़े बेखबर है, दोनों की एक मुश्किल